Hello, class. This is Tyler Morales,
Eduardo Scribano.
Dhruv Nair.
and this is going to be our proposal to bring a Major League franchise to Mexico City. And I tell you, we really enjoyed looking up some information, finding out a little bit about Mexico, and we're going to enjoy showing you guys what we have to offer from this city. So let's get started. First, we're going to start off with the population of Mexico, tell you a little bit about what it's like around Mexico City. Then we're going to give you some competition, some sports teams that are maybe affect our team that we're bringing over and fan population wise. We're going to give you a little bit about the business climate, some of the TV and digital rights, how we'd be broadcasting it to the Mexican people, get them to be able to watch their favorite team. Facilities and transportations, just a little bit about how they're going to be able to fly all the way over across the country, get from game to game, and then just a little couple extra things to be able to sell you on why we should have an MLB expansion franchise. First, we're going to start off with the population. Mexico City, as of 2016, has a population of 8,918,653 people. That is bigger than New York City, which is about 8,623,000 people. Mexico City is the largest Spanish-speaking country in the world. While the city limits alone hold almost 9 million, the metropolitan area is, however, much larger, with a population of 21.2 million, making Mexico City the most populated metropolitan area in the Western Hemisphere. Being as it is, this is the best possible location to bring a franchise to because of its extremely dense population. To the right over here, you'll see this is where Mexico City is located. And as you can see, it is the most heavily populated part of the country, with this black spot being Mexico City and the blue around it being the metropolitan area. Competition now. We have 4 teams that are going to be in competition with us, being the Diablos Rojos Mexico, Club America, Cruz Azul, and Club Universidad. So for baseball, it's the Diablos, as I'd mentioned, of the Mexican Professional Baseball League. The Diablos have the most titles won in the league, with 16, making them the Yankees of the Mexican League. The league is a AAA affiliate with minor league baseball and plays in their home stadium, Estadio Fray Nano, which holds about 5,200 fans and have an average attendance of 2,600 fans per game. And although that number might not sound appealing, just an example, the Yankees' average attendance last year was 43,000 people, while their stadium only holds 54,000. So there is a want for baseball in this city, especially when about 28% of the major leagues is either from Latin countries or of Latin descent. The other 3 are the 3 Spanish clubs that Mexico City has within its limits. Soccer being more popular than baseball in Mexico, that is a bit of a problem. Club America, Cruz Azul, and Club Universidad are the 3 soccer clubs. All compete in Mexico's top soccer league, Liga MX. And while Cruz Azul and Club America play in Estadio Azteca, that holds 87,523 people, Club Universidad plays in Estadio Olímpico Universitario, which holds 72,000. Club America being the best of the 3 clubs, as they are currently in first place in the league.
We now move on to the business climate. A business climate can be defined as the economic and professional environment surrounding an industry or group of business enterprises. This includes the government and political attitude toward businesses, their support for labor organizations, and their financial stability. Baseball is popular in northern Mexico and along the Pacific and Gulf Coast of Mexico City. And from a business perspective, Mexico's investment laws are generally geared toward actively encouraging foreign investment towards sport. Spreading public participation across multiple markets will give the MLB its most consistent result on ground presence in Mexico. Starting an MLB team in Mexico is extremely smart as it is one of the highest rising economical countries in the world.
The powerful companies in Mexico City. So the 2 most powerful companies they have in Mexico City that can represent our baseball team would be Grupo Televisa and Grupo Carso. So Grupo Carso is a global business collaborator with engaged in industrial, retail, infrastructure, and construction sectors. So basically, they're working on construction, and the actual owner of this company is the seventh richest man on the planet, Carlos Slim, who has an estimated net worth of $50 billion, and the company itself is worth $10.5 billion. So if we ever need sponsorships or more representation of our team, we can always go to one of these two groups. The second group would also be Televisa, which actually has a base here in the United States. This group owns Univision, which is a Latin TV station that usually shows dramas and other Spanish shows. The headquarters is actually located in Mexico City as well, and they have a market value of over $15.5 billion. So these two corporations can heavily fund us and help us grow our team. Next will be the TV digital rights. So the closest MLB team to Mexico City will be the Houston Astros. So that would be our main competition for watching MLB games. And over 1,000 miles is a little far for the regular fans to go watch. So the majority of the fans in Mexico would just come to watch these games in Mexico City instead of maybe watching the local Mexican teams. So they want to see us on a higher platform. The TV networks that will probably get the rights to our games will be the Azteca TV, the AYM Sports, ESPN, and MLB Network. So the Azteca TV is more of a prime time TV station. So you can compare it to the US as ABC and CBS. So they show the primetime games at night, those big baseball games that people are looking forward to. So, for example, it would be them facing the Yankees or the Red Sox or other big market teams like the Dodgers and so on and so forth. Second Mexican-based TV station will be the AYM Sports, and basically it's like an ESPN but in Mexico, and they'll show highlights of the games. They'll even televise some games if need be. So they have the rights to our games, and the two American-based TV networks would be ESPN, which would maybe host some primetime games for the American viewers if they want to watch these games, and show some highlights. And the MLB Network, which has rights to every Major League Baseball team and can show their players, can interview the players, the owners, and different games that they have on during these times.
We now move on to the facility used. The facility we plan to use is the Estado Diablo, which also means Devil Stadium. It is still in the process of being built, and we plan to complete renovation by 2020. The initial cost was $60 million for the construction of the stadium. The specifications of the stadium are the left field is of 325 feet, the center field 410 feet, and the right field of 325 feet. Our goal is to host 30,000 spectators, and we estimate another $60 million to complete renovation. We also managed to get a quote from Francisco Gonzalez Pulido, who is the chief designer of the Estado Diablo. He mentioned that the key goal for the Estado Diablo is the vision of a great public space where the open space is as important as the built space, which is a prominent architectural feature within Mexican culture. Successful spaces must encourage strong social engagement, and this is what the Estado Diablo is all about. The transportation we plan to use for international and long-distance travel would be the Boeing 767, which is also used by the New England Patriots, the New York Knicks, and the Dallas Mavericks. While for domestic use and local home games, we will be using a 50-passenger bus rental service, as similarly used by the English soccer team pictured over here.
So the attractive baseball. So what this means will be that in this day and age, more fans are looking for pitchers that throw harder and home runs. So in this picture, we have the Estadio Azteca, which is located in Mexico City. It's not the baseball stadium, but it's located in the same city as the baseball stadium, and this is a soccer stadium. As you can see, the elevation is 7,503 feet, which is abnormally high. So these fans will likely experience a lot of home runs like they do in Denver, Colorado, where they have the Colorado Rockies, where the home run rate is very high compared to other Major League ballparks. And the reason for this is because of the elevation. just to bring out a fact, a little stat, the Padres, who had one of the worst offenses in all of baseball last year, actually had a game in Mexico City against the Houston Astros, and the Padres never put more than 17 runs up in a game, and when they played 3 games in Mexico City, they put up 39 runs and 8 home runs. So this is a big difference between their other lackluster numbers, and it just shows that the altitude helps a lot with the home runs and so on and so forth. Another big thing will be the home field advantage for teams coming in. They will see that players will tend to get more tired quickly because of how high the altitude is, and the home team will be adjusted to this at this point in time, so they will have a slight advantage when they have these home games, and even when they go on away games, they'll have more energy just because it'll be easier to breathe at lower altitudes, and this helps a lot with the grinding season of MLB baseball, which is 160 plus ball games, and just endurance and just how long you can last in this game helps a lot, and the altitude will help adjust our players and make them last longer compared to the rest of the league.
And another point to add, out of all other places that you could be able to put a new franchise, the only place that has the biggest population would be Mexico City, where we can be able to have the most fans, the most people who come to our games. And although the team might not start off very well, just being able to get free agents, not many big-time name players, but they'll be playing teams such as the Yankees, Red Sox, where they'll be able to have already a big fan base in Mexico. And they can draw in a couple more fans just by winning some games, getting into the swing of things. And just having so many people around the area calls already so many fans that are excited about a new team coming to their city.
And also it'll help bring the youth up to more of a baseball side instead of soccer. So sooner than later, there'll be a lot more Mexicans playing baseball that can attract more fans going to the games, seeing a lot of local players play in the major leagues and so on and so forth.
That about wraps up our presentation. Here are some of our sources where we were able to get some of our information from. I hope our presentation was able to sway you on why you should have a franchise down here in Mexico City. Thank you very much. Hope you enjoyed it.